Hi, my name is André and welcome at Your Guitar Workshop. In today's lesson, we're going to be looking at Time by Mateus Asato. In case you missed the first lesson, I'll have a link to that in the video description. What's also good to know is that I have a tablature for that on my Patreon page. That's also linked in the video description. And of course, if you enjoy these kinds of tutorials like Mateus Asato stuff, maybe some Tommy manual, then make sure to subscribe to my channel. What we're going to be doing now is we're going to start with the pickup in bar 30 and move on from there. So here we go. So what do? You start off with this pickup. And these are sixth intervals. So this one here is a minor 6, which has your middle finger in 11 of B and ring finger on D12. Then we have a major 6 interval, which has your pinky on B10 and ring finger on D10. And then we have another major 6 interval by moving that interval we have here down to 8th position, right? So we have our minor 6 interval here, major 6 here, and major 6 there, okay? So the first thing that you do is with your ring finger, you make a slide from 10 to 12 on the D string, and then you add your middle finger on B11 to create that minor 6 interval, right? Then, with your ring finger, you go down to 10, add your pinky on B10, and there you have your major 6 interval, and then you slide that down to 8th position, so like this. What you do next is you add your pointer finger on 6th position of your A string, and you play A, D, G, B, right? And what you play there is an E flat major chord. Then what you do is you put your middle finger on A8 and you do a forward roll on A, D, and B string. Make a slide with your pinky up to 9, back down to 8, and then a pull off to 6 where your pointer finger will be. So like this. Followed by playing the D string. Right, so you get once more. Then you get this part. So for here, you put your pointer finger on 5th of A and D, add your pinky on, A and E, add your pinky on D8 and your ring finger on G7, right? This is a G minor chord and you play E, A, D, G. The next thing you do is you play open E string together with ring finger in 5th of G, right? Like this. And the next thing you do is you slide up to 6, slide back down to 5th, make a pull off to 3rd, and then slide to 2nd with your pointer finger, like this. All right, so you get. The next part you play is this. So what you do here you have an E flat major chord. So that is your pointer finger barring 1st position of E, A, and D, together with an open G string. Now I'm doing that with just my pointer finger here, but you can also sort of do that having your middle finger on the D string and just barring E and A with your pointer finger, whichever works for you, all right? So you play E and G together, then D, A. Then you put your ring finger or pinky on 3rd of your G string, and while the other strings are still ringing, and then you slide it up a whole step like this. Once more. All right, followed by playing D and then A string and then E string. Then you put your ring finger on 5th of G, hold it for a bit, make a semitone bend, release, pull off, and then you have that pull off towards 3rd with your pointer finger on G, put your middle finger on 5th of E, then you play pinky B string and 6 to that 3rd position on G. So like this. All right, so those 4 bars go like this. Okay, so then we get the same pickup again. Right, so nothing changes there. Again to that E flat chord. Then here, G minor, or G minor 11. And then we get the first change going to this chord here. Right? This one here is B flat major. So that is your pointer finger on G7, pinky on D8, ring finger on A8, and middle finger on E8. And you play E, A, D, G. Going to a D minor chord here with a forward roll, and that is open E string, which of course is tuned down to D. Pointer finger is on D7 and pinky is on G10, like that. All right, so those 2 bars. Like that. Then at the end of that, you play that 7th position on the D string again, slide up to 10, hammer on to 12 with your ring finger. Sorry. Then you slide down to 3rd on that D string, and then you get that E flat chord again. It's like this. Grab that E flat chord, you play E and G together, and then A, D, A, and then G, E, D, A. Like that. All right? So those 4 bars, including the pickup this time. All right. So that brings us to another A section. This is the second variation of it. Everything is the same as the very first time you play the A section, with the exception of the last bar. Now, that last bar, instead of playing just a forward roll, right, on that F major chord, you play this. So you play E, D, A, E, G. That's it. So that would sound like this. So now we go to the next C section. So this is a C section, obviously, with a little bit of a variation on it. So we'll go through that step by step and see how that's played on the guitar. However, I'm going to play it for you first. All right, so how do you play that? So we start with that same pickup, all right, going to that E flat major chord, G minor 7, then to G minor, going to E flat. Here comes the difference. So with your ring finger, you're going to be playing third position of G, sliding it up to fifth, then put your pointer finger as a bar in third position on E, A, and D. So then pinky is going to be playing sixth of D, sliding to second and making a pull-off like this, playing that E string again, and then we're going to get this. This is a tricky one because there's sort of, how do I explain this? So he's playing a full tone bend on fifth position of that G string, but while doing that release, he sort of moves up to sixth so that he can then do a slide from sixth to fifth next. So like this. Right? It's tricky. Pull off to third with pointer finger, and then you get again middle finger on fifth of E, pinky on sixth of B, and then you play G, and then E again, like this. Once more. Then we get a variation of that pickup, and that goes like this. So what you do is, the first part is the same, so you go to that minor sixth interval, but then our ring finger goes to 13, and pinky to 13 on B, creating a major sixth interval there. And then we play it, and slide it up a whole step like this. And then we slide it down to eighth, like that. All right. Next part is the same again. Then we get this part. Instead of doing the half step up, half step down with a pinky, we just hold that pinky there and make a pull off to six, playing the D string after. And then we get that B flat major chord to D minor. And then we finish off with ring finger playing 10th of G, sliding up to 12, and then pinky 13 of B, sliding up to 15, finishing off with 13th on E, like this. So those 4 bars.